Hi guys, welcome back to this concept-based YouTube channel. Today we will explain class 9 maths chapter number 4, which is linear equations and two variable. Now, in order to understand this, first the thing that we need to know, first of all, it is equation. Let us define equations and then we'll proceed it. Let us write here equation. What do you mean by equations? Equation means it is a statement of equality which contain one or more unknown quantities or variable. We call it as equations. Alright. Now example for equations will be, let us take this 8x plus 2 equal to 10. Right? So this is an equation. Then if this is clear to all of you, then let us move to the next. Then in the next we have linear equations. As we already understand these equations, then now we are about to move to linear equations. Linear equations means simply it is an equations in which its power is 1, right? So this kind of equations whose power is 1, we'll call it as linear equations, right? Linear equations. What is linear equations? As we already explained this, it is an equations in which its power should be 1, right? As we can see here, the power is not written, but if it is like this, then it is 1. Power is 1. So this kind of equations whose power is 1, we'll call it as linear equation. Then after we know this, in linear equations, we again need to know two more, which is linear equations in one variable as well as linear equations in two variable, right? Now first, let us discuss this linear equations in one variable. Linear equations in one variable means it is an equations in which only one variable should be there and its power should be 1. This kind of equations, we call it as linear equations in one variable. Alright? Let us take an example, that is 2x plus 3 equal to 8. As we can see here, it is an equations and its power is 1. Then we came to know that it is linear equations, and after that let us check it again. How many variable it is present in this? Only one variable is there. Thus we came to conclude that this is linear equations in one variable. Alright? And after that we'll move to the next one, which is linear equations in two variable. Linear equations in two variable. Now, based on the one that we explain in linear equations in one variable, here we have to change it a little bit more. In case of linear equations in one variable, only one variable should be there and its power should be 1. This kind of equations, we call it as linear equations in one variable. Here, in next, we have linear equations in two variable, means there will be an equations in which its power should be 1, but variable should not be only 1. It will be two variables, right? So this kind of equations we'll call it as linear equations in two variable. For example, let us take this. It is 10x plus 4y equal to how much? It is 3, right? Here we have two variables, and this variable, each of this variable power is 1, right? This kind of equations, we'll call it as linear equations in two variable, right? And we have one conditions in order to test it, an equations is whether it is linear equations in two variable or not. This is this equation, right? Here a is constant and a not A will not be equal to 0, and b is also a constant, and b does not equal to 0, right? And x and y are, these two are variable, and c itself is also a constant, right? So if this condition is satisfied by an equation, and then simply we can call it as these equations is linear equations in two variable. Am I right? Then let us discuss a little bit more about this. Here it is linear equations in one variable. Even in this, there is one conditions in which an equations can be tested whether it is an equations in one variable or not, right? That is ax plus b equal to, what is that? It will be ax plus b equal to how, what would it be? It is 0, right? Now a is constant and a should not be equal to 0, all right? Then x is, what is x? It is variable. And what about this b? It is also constant. This kind of equations which satisfy this condition, we call it as, it is linear equations in one variable. Is this clear to all of you guys? Then at last we have solution. This will be the last explanation for this lecture. Here let us write a solution. What do you mean by solution? First, this will come in your mind, right? Solution means a particular values of variable which is used to make the statement true, right? So this, we call it as solution. Means, let us take an example here. It is 2x plus 4 equal to 6. Then if we move this 4 on the other side, and it will become minus 4. Am I right? Then 6 minus 4 will give you how much? It is 2. Then after that, in between these two there is multiplications. Whenever you move this on the other side, since there is multiplications in between this, it will go in downside, right? Then 2 times of 1 will give you 2, 2 times of 1 will give you 2, right? Simply we can write it as 1. Whenever you fix this x value in this, then it will get the same value which is in the right hand side. Let us test here, right? So what is the values of x that we got? It is 1. And what is the values of, what is this? It is 4, right? So let us take this, let us simplify this, whether we can get the number which is in the right hand side or not. If we can get this, then the values of x that we got is right. And after that, we can say that this statement is correct. Means the values or the particular values of variable which we got. To make the statement is correct, this kind of values, we call it as solutions or roots. Okay, so this is the simplest way of defining roots or solution based on 9 standard maths. 2 times 1 will give you 2, and what is this? It is 4, and 2 plus 4 will give you how much? It is 6, right? Thus, we can conclude that this is a solution for these equations. These kinds of values of variable which satisfy the given statement or make the statement correct, we call it as solution. All right. Now, this is all about the things that will be explained today, and I hope everyone can understand it. And for those of you who can't understand all this, you can ask me in comment sections, and hopefully we'll see in the next videos. Then let me add a little bit more about what we discussed today. Let me summarize all this. The first thing that we discussed today is equations, and secondly, from equations, after we define equations, then what is the next? It is linear equations. Linear equations. And after this, we define linear equations in a one variable and linear equations in two variable, right? Linear equations in one variable, linear equations in two variable, and at last what do we have? At last we have solution. So these are all the things that we explained today. I hope it will help a lot of students who are facing problems related to this. And if it is really helpful for all of you who are viewing my videos, then please do like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel for more videos to come. Alright, thank you.